Welcome to Caravan of GLAM Presents on KPQR LP Portland, Wild Planet Radio.
It's Friday. It's time for the Caravan of GLAM Presents. It's me, Dawn Newton.
And J-Boo, and that obnoxious horn behind us.
It's Friday. We're here to get your weekend started. We have two special guest hosts joining us today. Who are they, Justin?
My great-grandmother, Vivica Valentine.
I hate you with a passion.
And my younger sister, SugarPill.
Aww. Well, thank you, Vivica and SugarPill, for coming in.
Uh-huh.
You're here to entertain. Hopefully we won't scare them too bad and they'll come back.
I think we'll be scared of Vivica. If anyone's scaring anyone, it's Vivica.
I'm going to bring my snacks, so I'll be good.
Snack City.
All right. This is the Caravan of GLAM Presents on Wild Planet Radio 99.1 FM. Streaming at wildplanetradio.com. We'll be right back.
This is Darcel 15, and you're listening to the Caravan of GLAM presented on Wild Planet Radio. Streaming at wildplanetradio.com.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is the Caravan of GLAM Presents on Wild Planet Radio 99.1 FM. Streaming at wildplanetradio.com. I'm your host, Dawn Newton, along with
J-Boo.
And we have two special guest hosts.
Vivica Valentine, Rose Empress 57. I really want a nickname like Justin. Can I be like the Big V?
Okay.
The Big V.
Yeah.
Big V. That's
what? You're Tiny Prancer or like J-Boo. I'm
true.
Big V. You know, like they got Big Ange. I'll be the Big V.
I love Big Ange.
Too soon?
God bless your soul. No, we
soon.
love her. She would love it if you did
I love
that.
Big Ange.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
she's
gosh.
awesome.
She's like one of my reality star heroes.
Do you love Dorita?
No, only Big Ange.
Did you buy Dorita's story, though?
No.
With
No.
all that?
Like, are you talking about
No
Mob
one pays
Wives?
anything.
Yeah.
No one
Okay.
pays attention to anyone
I've
else.
seen some of the Mob Wives, but did you know that Big Ange had her own show called
she
Big
did.
Ange?
She did.
That's what I watched.
Okay.
Come look at my
Miami
face
monkey.
and my diamonds. like
Diamond.
I love her.
Diamond.
And SugarPill is here. She's also joining us.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, we have Patrick Thomas. We've held him hostage. He's got
They've blocked the door.
two drag queens holding him hostage right now. He can't get out. Patrick Thomas is of Ironside training held at Eastside Strength and Performance. We want to talk about excuses because I'm sure you hear tons of them.
Lord, I do.
Don't we all?
We usually hear we're too busy, we're too tired, we can't afford it, I'm too old. Keep going. What else? What else is there?
I'm having explosive diarrhea. Vivica.
Okay, so officially every excuse that you guys just mentioned have been mine. I was waiting for Justin's key excuse right there.
Well, I think everybody can say that. And it's not that they're not true. I mean, if you have business, family, kids, life stuff happens. I mean, sometimes that's valid things, but not always. So I guess it's the not always that we want to. And even if they are valid, what can we do?
Yeah, there's always a degree, that these things are true. We do all have jobs. We do all have families and obligations here and there. But if I was to ask you a simple question, do you have 3 hours, not per day, 3 hours per week to spend on yourself? Can we all say yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So would that be 3
Possibly.
hours consecutive? Or
Possibly,
It depends on my schedule.
She spends 3 hours to herself at Taco Bell.
I have not Taco Bell, Javier's.
Like some simple questions. Do you have 3 hours? Let's be honest.
throughout the week,
Throughout the week.
or one just big 3 hour chunk of time?
Throughout the week.
Okay. Yes.
I'm sure I
do.
can find it. Yeah.
We do. We all have it, right? Do we all waste some time doing something that maybe isn't super productive?
Yes.
Some kind of addiction, walking outside to smoke a cigarette every 15 minutes.
Wow. My last cigarette was 45 minutes ago. And I've been really wanting to snatch that pack from you, but you kind of scare me a little bit.
Rightly so. Between that, Facebook, an episode of the Kardashians. Charmed.
Okay.
No, not the
don't-
Kardashian.
No, not the Kardashian.
Charmed.
I've been subjected to it, okay?
Real Housewives.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll watch. Well, not every city, though.
No.
Atlanta and Beverly Hills. Oh, no. New York.
I don't watch The Real Housewives. No. Once Big Ange was gone, I was done with reality TV.
So you have plenty of time then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Wow. Okay. Touche, my friend.
You just opened yourself up. There you go.
So what do we do? What do we do with our excuses? How do we get rid of
Excuses
them.
are hard to break once you
Yeah, this is a
get
tough
into
subject.
the
It's really
excuse
tough.
role.
Like, if we're being real, this is really tough because as soon as we start talking about it, defense walls, boom, boom, right?
Yeah.
Force fields,
I've been feeling them.
feeling them, right? You put them
Yeah.
up, like you're like.
At first, I thought it was sexual tension between us, but then once I found out you had a chick, I was like, no, it's the defenses. Never mind.
So immediately we want to defend ourselves. We're put on the guard. We don't want to talk about it. We would rather just like keep things the way they are because that's a lot more comfortable for us, right?
It's a safe zone.
Safe
Yeah.
zone, right? And so when we talk about these issues, sometimes we, as the outsiders, we want to help so bad. We want them to change. And so what we do is we lecture, we preach, and we sit here and talk and talk and talk. And that doesn't do anything because a lot of the stuff you already know. Like, you know, move more. You know, eat better, right?
Yeah.
Exercise didn't get invented yesterday, right? You know who Arnold is. You know where gyms are, right?
He's a horrible actor, though, too.
That was his thing, okay?
Yeah, it was his thing, though.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's not hate on Arnold here. Right? So me preaching at you, me doing that is not going to help you. We have to have a conversation about this. It needs to come from you. So that's why I'm trying to ask you, like, what do you want? Like, make it about you. Like, ask you, like, what's your schedule really like? You know, let's be real here. Let's just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Because I think at the end of the day, you know what you really want deep inside of you. That's there, right? You don't need me to tell you that. What you need to think is, how badly do you want that thing?
True.
Really, like, what are you willing to give up? Everything in life demands an equal return. Everything you get, you got to sacrifice something.
Yeah.
Right? So what are you willing to give up to achieve what you want? It's what you want, right?
True.
And the other way to look at this too is you're already giving something up. You just haven't thought about it.
Wait, what
Do you
am
know
I
what it
giving up?
is?
No. My what? My
Happiness.
Oh.
And your health.
Therapist Patrick.
Dr. Patrick.
You're right.
What about when you hear people say, you know, well, if I had a sugar daddy or if I had a rich whatever and I had a personal trainer and if I had a personal chef and all this stuff, then I could be like those housewives or whatever, however way you want to do it. What do you say to that?
Stop being a millennial? I don't know.
You're saying, like, people are...
They always look at like stars, like celebrities, and it's like, well, they've got a personal trainer that comes to their house. They have a personal chef. They have all this stuff.
They
and
live in that fantasy world.
yeah, so it's kind of like a distraction, justifying the fact that they're not busy because they...
That's looking at the outside. You're looking at other people. Like, this isn't about them. It's about you. Like, it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter if they have trainers. It doesn't matter if it comes easier to you, right? To get where you want to go, it may be harder for you.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. Somebody else is going to get something easier. Oh, well. Like, tough love, right? Like, just because that person next to you has amazing genetics and then they were gifted that, Justin.
What?
I personally thought that was about me, but
I'm looking right at
but then you look at Justin over here and you're like, oh, no, it wasn't.
no.
Justin's very disciplined.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yes, right.
Like militant.
it's
he
not like
walks-
Justin got it easy either. Like, you work for what you...
Everything, yeah.
Well, and the same thing with you too for both SugarPill and Vivica is that how many people told you not to do drag and look what you did.
Yeah, true.
So you had, you know, so there's it
People
just
probably
depends
still
on,
tell you not to do drag.
No, actually, people tell me I should do drag more often, and I'm like, no.
I would like her to do drag less.
I would like SugarPill to shave her beard.
Her eyebrows are growing in now, though.
They sure are. I saw that.
I'll show you how to cover them.
So
Not
yeah,
the
so the
Lulu Luscious
excuses
way.
aren't excuses aren't.
No, it's just a way to distract from not taking responsibility.
Deflecting.
Yeah.
It's a good deflector.
That's constantly what we're doing. We're blaming somebody else. We're saying this is the problem instead of just owning what's really stopping you.
Yeah.
It's in you, the power to change and the power to stay the same. And then it's on you to recognize too, like, okay, I have these things distracting me or these faults. It's not a weakness to ask for help. I think people get really caught up in thinking, okay, if I'm going to change, well, it's all on me to change. And once I do take that big step, like, I'm going to plan this and this and this. I'm going to do all these things. And this is just too much for you to handle sometimes.
Yeah, it can feel that way.
It's daunting,
People
right?
don't want to admit that they're weak either.
Yeah, nobody wants to admit that.
They don't want to make changes.
Oh,
They don't wanna
changes
have-
are scary.
Well, and we're a very selfish, kind of self-gratifying type of generation too, in a time frame where we don't want to give up. We don't want to give things up. We don't want to go, because when you do start to diet or you give up sugar and things like that, your body goes through a detox. And we don't want to make those changes. We don't want the headache.
Well,
We don't
SugarPill,
wanna-
you're recently vegan, right?
Yeah,
Didn't you switch
in
everything
January.
over? Yeah.
And that there's something I heard through my employer that I think it's 21 days, and that's what causes like a habit and your habits to change. And I noticed that's 3 weeks. So around 3 weeks, like my cravings for things like meat and dairy just like stopped, and I wanted like rice and vegetables. And it's kind of the same, or I would imagine it's similar to eating healthy. I still don't eat healthy, but
I mean, when I gave up dairy, it was the same thing. But I tell you, once I gave dairy up, my whole body changed.
What's the number one step somebody can do, Patrick?
I think the problem really is letting the size of the mountain stop you from climbing it.
You're really full of like inspirational.
That could be on a poster.
Yeah, or on a shirt.
A shirt.
You've been after his shirt all day.
Oh, I have.
Subtle
Do
hints.
you take PayPal?
I have Venmo.
So no more excuses. Make yourself a priority.
But no, I'm like going back to kind of that point I was about to hit. We looked at the size of the mountain. It's so daunting, so large, we don't want to start. You have to start with one step. You have to stop underestimating how small even one small step can be. I like to look at this in terms of like something simple as like seeing a dollar maybe on the side of the street. You see a dollar, you're walking across the street. Do you pick up the dollar? Yes or no?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
It's a dollar, right?
I'll pick up a nickel.
Pick up it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not rich, right? You picked up a dollar.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, tomorrow you see a dollar. Day after that. Day after that. Okay, you picked up $1 every day for 365. How much? You have a lot of money now, right?
$365. That is a lot to me.
It's a lot of money for you, right? And on that day, if you picked up that dollar, yes or no, would have made you rich? No.
No.
It made no difference, right? That on that one day. But you keep picking up dollars every day, and what happens after a year?
It adds up.
Okay, now we start making a list now.
I'm connecting this now.
You connecting this?
Yeah, I'm connecting this. I feel like I should be paying you for this.
Finally breaking through?
Yeah.
So we made a short list of actionable steps, right? So maybe get an hour extra sleep. That's $1 there, right?
Yeah.
Maybe cut out oils for a week. Another actionable step. Maybe you walk one block. Is that an actionable step? Could you walk one block?
Totally.
Totally, right? One
Yeah.
block, right? Mm-hmm. You see where we're going now?
I see it. Okay.
The dollars, the pennies, they're actionable steps.
Okay.
You do it every day, small things on that day. Doesn't make a huge difference, right? You add it up, what happens?
That's a lot of blocks.
It's a lot of blocks, right?
And dollars.
It's a lot of dollars, right?
Yeah.
Picking up the wealth of health.
See, you closed it again.
you were so close.
I'm just thinking money. Like, I will walk a block for $1.
So I know now to
I'm
leave
kidding.
leave $1 on a block. You're gonna be out there looking for dollars. But that's what really makes a game changer in understanding how to start, is reevaluating the big mountain and just taking the mountain down to just a little
by step.
little step, take
Okay.
a step by step. And instead of thinking I have this big starting task to overcome and thinking that huge mountain, if I don't climb it, is going to be this astronomical failure, instead of thinking it now in terms of dollars and pennies, small steps every day, ooh, we can breathe out, right?
Yeah.
Sigh of relief. Not so bad.
Yeah. Not so bad.
And
do
give
that.
yourself a pat on the shoulder when you do those things.
Okay.
I don't think we like. I don't
No,
think
we never pamper ourselves.
No, and we don't.
Yeah, we don't.
Like tell ourselves we did a good job.
We tell ourselves, what could I have done better?
Done better.
And we're totally like, that's what we're told, like growing up and like being, like moving through the world, like that's what we're supposed to do.
Oh, you got
is
an
just,
A. Why didn't you get an A plus?
Right. Be
Right.
harder on yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
To do better. But if you're doing well, or if you're doing anything, like that's worth celebrating.
Very true.
As long as you feel like you really gave it your all.
I feel like I just quit smoking cigarettes because of you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Vivica's changed woman.
Heart eye emoji
know.
on your face.
What?
I just saw the heart eye emoji on your face. Go straight to that pack.
You stop it.
You can't pick up cigarettes from the street. It has to be pennies.
Oh, I'll pick up a cigarette from the street.
Oh my gosh.
Lord.
You've learned nothing.
We've been talking with Patrick Thomas of Ironside Training, held at Eastside Strength and Performance, schooling Vivica Valentine on her excuses.
On my excuses of health and smoking.
But I think you represent all of America, so there you
Thank you.
go.
I think so, too.
You took one for the big old team. This is the Caravan of Glam Presents. We'll be right back.
Hi, welcome back. This is Vivica Valentine with Caravan of Glam Presents on Wild Planet Radio 99.1 FM, streaming at wildplanetradio.com.
Oregon just recognized Jamie Shoup as a third gender, neither male nor female. He's 52. Jamie.
They.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No. I mean, it's like there's.
Yeah.
It's so confusing still.
Absolutely.
Like they were born a male, married a
them.
woman, and had a child, but Shoup never felt male nor fully female. Now the state of Oregon has allowed Shoup to identify as non-binary, believed to be the first in the United States.
It's a big deal.
That's kinda
because-
cool.
2 days ago.
And the
on the
thing is
17th.
that's so interesting with that is that like there's still no information as to what exactly that means because there's no such thing as a legal gender, and
Yeah.
it's all about documentation, and every document has a different form. Someone can have their passport have an F on it, their driver's license have an M, and their birth certificate have an F on it, and or whatever combination. And it's because, and what's interesting about that is that actual action doesn't change any documentation at all so far. So it's just interesting as to what that means for there to be a legal gender in Oregon and what that will bring. It's exciting, I think.
Like one of my roommates and I won't say her name because I don't know if she would appreciate it or not, but one of my roommates and I, we were talking the other day about this specific kind of a thing, how there are people who get offended when you say, he in reference to them, and they're like, oh, no, I don't classify as male. Oh, I'm sorry, she. No, I don't classify as female. So then we're like, okay, well, okay, so what is it? I prefer to go by they. And me and my roommate, we kind of stand on the same platform when it comes to this mind process. They, to me, sounds like multiple people, not singular, but
Right.
plural. They, their, them. So for me, it's just hard to get that through my vocabulary. I know.
It's a possession.
Yeah. So if they're like, if Webster's dictionary could create like a different thing other than male or female instead of they, them, their. I know I don't sound like the most vocabulary like smartest like person ever.
I think that the thing is that as long as you can wrap your head around it to say it, which you can, how other people choose to like use language that works best for them is kind of their thing.
Yeah.
And I think that some people do use newer pronouns that aren't they, their, them. Z, here, hers is another one that's been created. It really depends on each individual.
Yeah.
We need. There's got to be a book or something
Yeah.
to keep up.
Which, in my opinion, all
plenty
ties
of
into,
information online.
again, you're going to offend,
Well,
somebody
that's just it, and the
for,
intent isn't to
something
offend.
without doing it. Yeah.
Right. The intent is never to offend, at least not from my position. I'm sure there's people that.
But people
do.
still get offended regardless.
Right, but it's like the intent isn't to offend. It's
And the best way to
Yeah.
avoid that is to listen and to
right.
really seek understanding.
They have chosen their first new name as Jamie because it's a gender neutral name.
Yeah.
So Jamie prefers to be called Jamie rather than any other pronoun.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, and some people.
So
Yeah.
if you didn't
I would
read
be okay with
you
that.
wouldn't-
Right.
I didn't read the article. It just popped into my head while we were recording here that I just read a little blip about it 2 days ago.
No,
But Jamie
it's
was
totally
an
cool.
Army veteran who retired in 2000 and begins transitioning in 2013. And Jamie said, I was assigned male at birth due to biology. I'm stuck in that for life. My gender identity is definitely feminine. My gender identity has never been male, but I feel like I have to own up to my male biology. Being non-binary allows me to do that. I'm a mixture of both. I consider myself as a third sex.
Okay. You don't have to understand something to, well, in my opinion, you don't have to fully understand people's reasons for doing what they're doing, as long as you can, still embrace it and embrace that individuality and that diversity.
No,
Like, I don't understand, why some men are straight, but, straight ladies need some of that nookie cookie too.
Yeah.
You know?
Jamie feels that
SugarPill was quiet there.
Jamie feels that they are not under pressure anymore to conform to either gender, and that's why Jamie pushed so hard for this ruling.
So does Jamie have children?
Doesn't say in the article. Multnomah County Circuit Court Judge Amy Holmes legally changed 52-year-old Jamie Shoup's sex from female to non-binary. So Jamie went from male to female
to non-binary.
Right. In terms of like documentation.
Would the acronyms just be like NB or just N?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Yeah.
Well,
but, in India, third gender has been around for years and years and years in India.
Oh,
in terms of like,
oh my gosh, legal,
really,
years, yeah.
Like to me, it makes sense. Like in Native American culture, because I'm also
the two-spirit.
Yeah, I'm as much Cherokee as I am Hispanic, but like in Native American culture, there's two-spirit people like everywhere.
Well, and even outside of that culture, Jamie's certainly not alone in the like non-binary gender identity. It's really exciting that there's been so much work done by Jamie and other people to make that happen. But definitely not the only person.
Yeah. Definitely not I wouldn't say the first, but maybe the first one.
It's the first legal
stance
aspect
on it.
of it. Yeah.
I'll be curious to see what the legal ramifications are to that, or what kind of challenges, or what that's going to create.
Yeah.
Ripple effects.
Yeah, to see where that is. Because
it's kind of cool though.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
In April, Jamie and... See, now how do I say that, though? In April, Jamie and Jamie's lawyer...
I guess in that case, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Jamie and Jamie's lawyer. It's just may begin to
Jamie
sound
and their lawyer.
But
Jamie and their...
Refer to Jamie as a third person?
See, I don't know. I don't think that's right.
It ties vocabulary into it.
What it said was that Jamie uses Jamie for all of Jamie's pronouns rather than pronouns. So you would just go ahead and
Jamie.
do that. Yeah.
So it just may sound repetitive,
yeah.
but it's the proper way.
If you wanted to respect how they identify.
And non-binary people might all have different opinions on it too. So just be wary of that, I guess.
Is Jamie in a relationship?
No. Oregon law allows a court to change a person's legal sex if a judge determines the person has undergone surgical, hormonal, or other treatment related to gender transition. The law does not require a note from a doctor. So Jamie and Jamie's lawyer filed a petition with the Oregon court to legally change Jamie's sex to non-binary. So Jamie began transitioning into a female in 2013. So that's not very long ago.
Yeah.
Why would you,
just
why
like
would
2 or
you
3
want
years
to
ago.
do that? What's the purpose?
To transition?
Binary.
Well, I mean, it's probably the same thing that Native Americans feel with two-spirit. You encompass both sexes, which really we all do because we're both, mom and dad.
Yeah.
It's less of a desire and more of a identity. And I think that that's a big part of it. Oftentimes, people do change not change as much as just learn more. Our genders and our identities are shaping every day. For Jamie to have once wanted to transition more towards female or feminine identity, that may have changed and shaped over the past several years, and especially with the way that non-binary folks are being recognized, and this is a huge example of that.
Jamie has had no reassignment surgery. Yeah. It's interesting.
It's very interesting.
It's very interesting. I love it.
Now what for Jamie?
I think Jamie is Jamie.
As long as Jamie's happy being Jamie,
the court has ruled Jamie's Jamie.
Interesting. Well, I appreciate everyone's discussion about this.
Yeah.
This is the Caravan of GLAM Presents. We'll be right back.
Hey, what's up? It's Ecstasy Inferno with the Caravan of GLAM Presents. It's time to get social with us. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Wild Planet Radio, and Caravan of GLAM. You can also hear all of our podcasts, musician interviews, LGBTQ news, updates, and much more on SoundCloud. Just look for Wild Planet Radio.
So it's time for your Flashback Friday. Justin is going to...
Drill. SugarPill.
SugarPill.
Ooh, that rhymes, right? Drill SugarPill.
I've never gotten that before. I didn't get that on the schoolyard.
Okay, so you got some rapid fire questions
SugarPill.
Coming for you.
Let's go.
One answers. Just let's do
One
it.
word answer. Try to do one word answers.
One word answers.
Yeah, try. I failed half the time.
Yeah, you did. Whoops. Favorite Disney villain? See, no one remembers the villains.
Oh, I do.
Stop it. No, the girl from Finding Nemo who had the fish.
The braces girl at the
braces
dentist?
girl.
Okay, braces girl at the dentist from Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
That works.
Oh my gosh.
Favorite.
I'm a piranha.
Yeah.
Yes, her. Yeah.
I live in the Amazon.
Favorite song?
Right now it's Alive by Sia.
Favorite drag performer?
Favorite drag performer? I would say my favorite drag performer, I'll stick to Portland, Diana Day.
How about international?
International drag performer? Crap. There's someone in, I'm going to mess up. I think she's in Columbus named Potty Mouth.
If you could have dinner with one dead celebrity, who would it be?
I would say, so dead celebrity, I would say that I would have dinner with, Amy Winehouse.
Yeah. Best advice you've ever been given?
I would say the best advice I've ever been given is to stay true. It's tacky as everything, but be you. Stay true to yourself and stick to it.
Biggest fear?
Biggest fear would be, Vivica also said being alone.
I thought I was going to be your biggest fear.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Vivica.
She's my second biggest fear.
She's
my
edit
biggest.
that to make it Vivica. Favorite city?
Portland, probably. Oh well, no, New York. Sorry.
Favorite actor?
Meryl Streep, actor. Yeah. Meryl
Favorite
Streep.
food?
I really like pad Thai food.
Oh yeah, me too. If you could visit anywhere in the world,
I want to go to Ireland. It's so pretty.
If you could move anywhere in the world, where would you go?
New York or Boston.
In the world?
For living, to be close enough to home.
Okay, that's true. Least favorite historical figure?
The first one that comes to mind is Christopher Columbus, but
yeah, well, pillager.
Well, the fool thought that we were flat. Sorry, I know it's not my turn. Go ahead, Sugar. My bad. Next question.
Dream job.
Dream job. Mm-hmm. Something working for queer youth and human rights and civil rights.
That's it?
That's good.
That's it? Well, that was your Flashback Friday with SugarPill.
I feel like she got more questions than I did.
And Vivica Valentine's editorial comments.
She got more questions than I did.
This is the unabridged version.
Yeah.
I feel like mine were more edited.
Well,
I have favorite foods too.
She's younger. She has better.
I want to move places too.
You did.
Where's
From
my
Tulsa
villain?
to Portland.
Shut your dirty mouth.
Oh my God. Okay, Caravan of Glam. That was your Flashback Friday. We'll be right back.
I love Ursula, by the way.
Hey, I'm Dawn Newton.
J-Boo.
The Big V.
Vivica Valentine and SugarPill.
Sorry.
No, I think it's awesome. So I thank you both for coming in.
Absolutely.
To be our
Thank you.
guest host today. Jazz Jennings. Vivica, you're not familiar with her.
No, I'm not.
But we're going to educate you.
By all means. I love being educated.
And she's on TLC's I Am Jazz. And
Season 2, right? It's coming out.
Season 2. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And SugarPill, you're familiar with Jazz
Yeah,
Jennings.
I'm a big fan. Yeah, she's for a long time. She's kind of been on my radar, and she's incredible.
I watched her Barbara Walters interview.
Gosh, she was like 6 years old.
How old is she now? 15?
She's 15. Just finished her freshman year of high school.
Wow.
And so the TLC show, it's a documentary, but also reality. Do you feel that so I've watched a few episodes. I haven't watched all of it. Do you feel that it is more reality or more documentary or both?
I personally haven't seen the show, but from what I've heard and the promos of it, it seems like it's kind of documenting her reality.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't see much as far as being scripted.
It's not a Kardashian show.
Oh gosh, no.
Keeping
No.
up with Jazz. No.
Yeah.
Is it like a Big Ann show? Because I would totally watch that.
But no, she just came out with a book called Being Jazz, My Life as a Transgender Teen. And I had the opportunity to sit down and talk with her. So I wanted y'all to listen to it and then get your feedback. So let's take a listen to Jazz Jennings.
Right. Yay.
Jazz, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, great to talk with you. I just love your whole spirit and who you are. I think you're obviously here to break some chains and kind of set the world on fire. But that's awfully a lot of pressure for a 15-year-old too.
Yeah, I guess. But, I do it to help other people. I think, sharing my story can really make a difference for other people, especially when I hear the messages coming from them, knowing that I've been able to change or even save lives. It just encourages me to continue to share my story. And it's not about me. It's about the message and how it impacts others.
Well, congratulations on your new book, My Life as a Transgender Teen, Being Jazz. Tell us about the book.
So the book really captures my entire life from before I was even born to where I'm at now. And I think it includes a lot of details that not many people have heard, including things like my depression and how hard that was for me and other things. But I really think it normalizes what being transgender is. I think it shows that I'm a teenage girl just like everyone else, and transgender people throughout society are people just like everyone else. So I think it's really going to help people better understand and wrap their minds around the concept of being transgender and who I am.
And what do you think, Jazz, are some of the biggest misconceptions that are out there about transgender?
Oh, there are honestly so many misconceptions about transgender people. I think people think that it was a choice that I am transgender and that other people are transgender, but it's not a choice. We were all born that way. And even someone who, transitions later, the reason why they do that is because society has been perceiving them as someone that they're not for so long that it takes that much more courage to come out. But really, it is not something that you decide overnight. It's the way you are born. Another misconception is that people think I was too young to transition. But from an early age, I knew who I was. And I didn't let anyone else, tell me who to be, because I just listened to my heart. And people say, you were only 2 years old, but I knew what was going through my head. You don't know what's going through my head. I was super stubborn as a child. I wouldn't leave the house in boy clothes. And, it wasn't a phase. It persisted for many, many years, and it continues to persist because I know I'm a girl today. Another misconception is people think it's about a medical transition. It really isn't a medical journey. It's not all about the surgery or this procedure or taking these hormones, but it's the process of learning to love yourself and come to terms with who you are as an individual. And I think that's an important thing for people to understand. It's rude to go up to someone and ask them if they've gotten the surgery. It's not about what's between their legs, but rather what's between their ears. There are other misconceptions. Do you want me to list them all, or do you think I've said enough?
I think you've said enough. Well, I know, and right now that transgendered rights are really forefront right now, and it seems like every day something in the media, which I think is great because that's how we transition and that's how we get to a place of acceptance and people educate people. But there's so much hate and discrimination. How has that been for you? I mean, you're so much in the spotlight right now.
Well, season 2 of I'm Jazz, which airs at 10, 9 Central on TLC, you will definitely see that I am confronted with hate. A woman calls me a freak directly to my face. A man continues to terrorize my family by calling us over and over again with disturbing messages. And then I was on a radio show, and a caller comes in and says nasty things as well. So the hate is definitely real. And it's hard to see that so many people in society are still closed-minded and unsupportive, but I tell myself that I can't listen to their negative opinion, and it actually kind of just inspires me to keep moving forward and sharing my story because there's still much more work to do and more education needed to be, around.
Well, it also seems too, Jazz, you've been honored with so many things, and I mean, you've got so much going on with you. I mean, the GLAD Media Award, you're becoming a spokesperson, you're one of the 3 Grand Marshals for the 7th New York City Pride March on June 26th. You've got the reality show. Are you able to just still be Jazz and because even being a transgender teen, that's a huge challenge in and of itself, discovering who you are, societal issues, but all this on top of it. Is it allowing you to be who you are and do what you want to do?
For sure. I definitely still have time to just be myself. When I'm at home, I just lay down, watch TV on my computer, play with my cats, hang out with friends, and I could just be a teenage girl because that's what I am, a teenage girl. I'm goofy and silly sometimes. I'm glad that I could, really keep that authenticity to heart. And other times I am advocating for transgender rights, and it can be difficult to be in the spotlight sometimes, especially since I don't like attention that much, but I do it for other people knowing that it can make a difference and really affect other individuals. It's about them, not me, and I really, keep that dear to my heart.
And talk about high school. You just finished your first year as a freshman. How was that
high school was pretty good, No one was really bothering me for the fact that I was transgender. I just was treated like any other girl, and that's great. That's the way I wanted to be treated. The administration supported me. They allowed me to use the female restrooms, play in the female soccer teams, and I just got to do what I wanted to do, so that was excellent.
So who do you think your message is really driving home to more? Do you think it's more the transgendered, the teens, the youth, or do you think maybe it's the families, the support members of these individuals? Who are you hoping your message is getting?
I hope my message can just reach everyone, honestly. I really think it's important for everyone to understand that transgender people deserve to live their lives as anyone else does. I think we are people as well. We deserve to be treated equally, respected, and accepted for who we are. Everyone really just needs to be loved, and I think, for transgender kids struggling, I could help them understand that they have to keep moving forward and love themselves. For families, I think they need to understand that they have to love their transgender child. And for any, kid that just feels different, I want them to embrace who they are and accept themselves for their uniqueness.
Do you ever see yourself out of the spotlight?
Yes, I definitely do see myself being out of the spotlight one day, and I tell myself that day is going to occur when I don't need to advocate anymore, when, society has become super accepting, when equality for transgender people exists, and when I don't need to share my story because people are finally open-minded and realize that we are just like everyone else and deserve to be respected.
How about dating? Have you started dating? Have you entered into that arena yet?
Season 2 of I Am Jazz, you will definitely see me getting into dating a little bit more, and it's so new for me, super exciting. I don't really go on a lot of dates. Being transgender, it's harder for me to find someone who just sees me for who I am as a person, but I'm definitely going to be exploring that more. And, I know one day I'll find someone who just really, really loves me and gets me, and I'm hoping that, that day will occur soon.
Well, and do you think it's
later?
And what about, you are in the spotlight doing the reality shows. We see you everywhere. Has it been a challenge, too, to find people and friends that are actually authentically wanting to get to know jazz and not just kind of jump on that train? It's sometimes hard to know what people's intentions are, but it's okay. I have 2 close friends that I love so much. Their names are Casey and Jalen, and they're my best friends, and they're all I need, honestly. I don't need anyone more than them because they make me feel good about myself, make me feel happy, and, I'm not going to be with someone who doesn't like me for who I am, but rather just my status. And Jazz, you've had such incredible support, and you still do. What's your advice to the youth that maybe isn't facing that they don't have those resources or individuals in their life? What's your advice to them?
Those are the people that I think represent true bravery. I tell them that they have to stay courageous, stay strong, keep moving forward, and always be themselves no matter what. Keep a positive mentality, because understand that one day, if you think those positive thoughts, then they will occur, and you will be able to live your life as who you are. And I always advise them that if their family doesn't support them, try to find a friend, a peer, adult, or even someone online who really can, who you could really talk with and just be yourself around. It's important not to do this alone, but to really express your authenticity to someone else. So I tell them I'm there for them as well, and, I wish the best for them.
So let me ask you, you've been out in the spotlight, you've been around tons of celebrities, interviewed by celebrity interviewers. Is there any particular celebrity that you're dying to meet, or a celebrity crush that you have out there?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about that much. I'm not sure. I guess I always say that all celebrities are just people too. So if our paths cross, then I'll get to meet them. But there's no one I'm just specifically fangirling over.
That's very surprising, Jazz. I think you've got a lot on your shoulders, and you're handling it incredibly well. I just think it's amazing the work that you're doing and being out there. You're a very strong and brave young gal yourself. Congratulations on the book and the second season of I Am Jazz. Where can we find the book? Where can we follow you and learn more about you?
Being Jazz, it's available at any bookstore. So you could find it anywhere, and, that's the place to learn more about me. Also, on TLC, I'm Jazz second season airs at 10/9 Central, so you could tune into that as well. And the main message I want people to get out of this is that, you just have to be who you are. It's 3 simple words, but being who you are is a beautiful thing and could lead to happiness in life, and I think that's what I wish for all people, to be happy.
Well, I think that's awesome, Jess. Thank you so much. It's been an honor to speak with you.
It's been great talking with you as well.
So what did you think of Miss Jazz Jennings? I had some thoughts and I wanted to get your opinion of it, but what was your initial, I guess?
First of all, I think she's really well spoken for 15.
Yeah, like she's more well spoken than I am. Like,
and Vivica's 47.
I just turned 27, actually, according to Growler, anyways. But no, like I think she's very well educated, very well spoken, and very mature for her age, and that's gonna be a lot of pressure on you.
See, I almost thought she was like too mature. I mean, I guess, but then after talking about it and listening to it, and then your feedback, I kind of maybe she had to grow up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like because she, like Justin had said, she was that Barbara Walters interview when she was 6 years old. She has been a spokesperson for transgender youth since she for what 9 years now.
Yeah.
And she's only 15. So she really did have to. Not that she had to, but by choosing to step out into the limelight and speak for so many youth who can or don't want to, she's really changed lives by becoming this well-spoken young woman.
Well, I also think that her family probably knew that regardless of her being a public figure or not, she was going to be grilled endlessly every day of her life. So I think that they probably educated her right from the beginning and educated themselves, because
I'm sure
you're going to be bombarded. I
mean,
mean, the family is going to be bombarded with questions because people still to this day don't understand it.
Well, what do you think about, because she did her first interview when she was 6 years old, and on 2020 with Barbara Walters. In my mind, I'm thinking, well, who initiated that interview for a 6-year-old to be on 2020 for Barbara Walters? You know what I mean? Thinking about she was.
Well, that would be family. I
highly doubt the family reached out to Barbara Walters, but I would see the producers of 2020 reaching out to the family, like the parents, and then the parents, possibly even just using their daughter as a tool to possibly even make change.
And I think that really more than anything, you think about 9 years ago, the concept of people transitioning period or being transgender is so different than now.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Especially you hear about a child who's transgender and her parents are totally accepting of that and going through that journey. That's something I think 2020 would be interested in now, 9 years ago especially.
Well, and I know her dad took on the soccer. She wasn't allowed to compete on her soccer team. Oh. Because they were saying, well, no, you're a boy, and that's not fair to girls because you have more,
Yeah, they had a multi-year lawsuit.
There was quite a bit.
They challenged
so there's
them.
been, and then I know with the second season, they feature or talk about, because I'm receiving some threats too. I mean, Justin, you had mentioned that also, that she's been going through that. But I think one of the things that I guess stuck out at me is as far as just being a mom and talking to a 15-year-old girl, I was expecting a little more
15-year-old girl,
yeah, and not because I said I felt like in a way I was talking to a very scripted machine, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but it's like I didn't get much teen girl.
I think
what's
important to remember also is that, like every other teenager, transgender teenagers are all different. Not everyone's going to have the same reactions to like questions about celebrities or boys or
right.
And so that's like, I guess, something to keep in mind. Yeah, it's interesting to get to like see the different perspectives that people have, especially young people that young, 15.
But I have seen some of the previews on TV for season 2, and they do. I mean, they do hit on the threats that the family's getting and that she's getting, which I just can't. It just seems so weird to me to just being a person and getting threatened because of the way that you live.
Right.
She's not doing anything wrong.
Right.
She's living her life.
Exactly. Like
it's
like the way she lives is nobody else's business. And
no.
with anybody, like the way I live is none of y'all's business, So I guess I just don't understand why some people get so defensive over people's life choices or, maybe not choices, but paths that they take, like whether you're gay or transgendered, or even if you decide not to categorize yourself as a gender, because, that's a thing too.
Yeah.
Like let people live their life and make whatever choices they want. As long as it's not affecting your day-to-day life, leave them alone and just accept them and love them. And if you don't agree with it, don't agree with it. Like, again, me and SugarPill, we don't agree all the time on things, but, we love each other regardless.
Well said.
I think she should tweeze her eyebrows just at the very end to raise the arch. But she just rolled her eyes at me.
I think that you should have.
But I still
eyebrows
love
on your
her.
face.
Wow.
The little nubs are weird.
I shaved my eyebrows on a dare. Don't you touch me.
You shaved your eyebrows on a dare?
No, it wasn't on a dare. I'm lying.
This is the Caravan of Glam Presents. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Patrick from Eastside Strength and Performance. You are tuning in to the Caravan of Glam Presents on KPQR 99.1 FM or streaming live on wildplanetradio.com.
Hey, we want to thank you all for tuning in this hour. The Caravan of Glam Presents on Wild Planet Radio, where we're streaming at wildplanetradio.com. You can also find rebroadcasts of our shows. Where can we find them, Justin?
By going to YouTube and typing in Caravan of Glam, and our channel will come up, or on our website, www.caravanofglam.com.
That's right. We want to thank our special guest, Vivica Valentine.
Aw, thank you so much for having me.
And sweet little SugarPill.
It's been an adventure.
She was decent.
You're all right,
She was
mother.
okay. I mean, okay, let's be
Drink
honest.
your juice.
Where is my juice? Give me my juice.
Y'all have a good weekend. We will talk again next week.
Be safe. Make
Be friendly.
smart choices.